What's going on, Arizona sports fan family? Thank you so very much for tuning back in. I really do appreciate it. We're here to talk a recap of the first round, as well as we're going to open up the phone lines to kind of hear your guys' perspective. And it's not going to be a members only. So if you want to come on through and give us your opinion on the first round pick, you can definitely do so. All you need to do is add me on Instagram. Shoot me a DM, and we should be able to get you onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Everything is going to be on this ticker below. Keep that in mind as well. So if you do want to get on, you don't have to be a channel member. Like I said, for the draft parties, you will have to be a channel member, but for this one specifically, you don't. So that's all the information that you need right there. Either Twitter or Instagram, everything works out. And then after that, we'll go ahead and take a look to see who are going to be the available prospects left for the Arizona Cardinals for their second rounder. Now, obviously, right now, if you don't know the picks that the Arizona Cardinals have, the only pick we have for this coming round is going to be our second round pick, which is going to be number 49. Now, are we trading up? Are we trading back? Are we staying pat? I don't know. We'll definitely go ahead and take a look to see what's going to happen with this Arizona Cardinal team once we're on the clock, or, once the first person's on the clock, which is the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we'll see exactly what happens there. There's a lot of emotions that happened yesterday. We'll dive into all that stuff deeper here shortly. But big shout out to everybody that's in the chat below here. We got Mace, we got Nick L, we got Not Mario coming in again. We got Robert, Ace, Muttman, I said Charles already. Jay, everybody's up in this chat here right now. I see Jordan P somewhere up there. Yeah, let's get this started, man. I'm absolutely super excited about talking some Arizona Cardinals. The draft is still exciting, but we will have to take with what we already got the news yesterday for. We're going to dive into it right now. I'm going to recap the first round for the Arizona Cardinals, how I feel about it, and we'll kind of move on to there, and we'll open up the phone lines to hear what you guys have to say. So let's get started here, guys. So obviously the first round pick for the Arizona Cardinals was none other than Zaven Collins. Now, I was completely aware I was saying his name wrong the whole time. I was saying Zaven, but it's not Zaven. It's Zaven Collins. Linebacker out of Tulsa. When we first heard this, now I heard this rumor probably about 2 days before the draft, and I posted a video about it. And I was like, oh, wow, this is going to be a possibility of all the wide receivers and the cornerbacks are going to be there. What do you guys think? And when I posted that video, I had a lot of people saying, why would we do that? That's silly. I don't understand. But it was a rumor video, so I didn't really kind of put too much into it. A lot of rumors kind of, fall on deaf ears a lot of times, but this rumor happened to be absolutely 100% true. Jalen Waddle ended up going, Devontae Smith ended up going, Jamar Chase, JC Horn, as well as Patrick Surtain ended up going as well. So it all kind of felt like a situation where I didn't like the pick at 16 with Zaven Collins. Now, I want to make sure I am 110%, speaking clearly here. I'm not saying I don't like Zaven Collins. I am saying I don't like where we picked him at, is what I'm saying. Now, as of right now, looking at social media and everything that's currently going on right now, man, there's a lot of things that's happening, man. A split between fan base right here. There's a lot of people saying not a good pick. A lot of people are saying that we reach. A lot of people are saying a lot of negative stuff. And then we have the other side of it all, which is the other side of the fan base, which is very positive, very happy with the pick. And they almost kind of seem like the Arizona Cardinals could do no wrong because the Arizona Cardinals are smart, and that's why they're in the position that they are, because they have worked so hard to be in this position, and nobody will ever, question them. So those are the two parts of the fan bases here. You're going to be very positive or you're going to be negative. Now, I've seen everything on the social media. Last night, I had a very hard time sleeping. I kind of was tossing back and forth and really what happened to this Arizona Cardinal team. Now, I think it's very obvious the reason why they went this route, because all the cornerbacks, all the wide receivers were gone in their eyes. But a lot of people told me on my comments, it's best player available. That's what people were telling me. But best player available is to the eyes of the beholder, if that makes sense. So the eyes of the beholder, which is Steve Keim in this scenario, his best player available is Zaven Collins. Other people's best player available would be any other player out there. So yes, you have a point in, maybe not going for the biggest needs in the draft. I guess I could definitely see your point there. But I guess if you really think about it, though, I mean, there's some positions on this team that we have yet to address, because if this is indeed, we always go plus, best player available, we never got a person opposite side of Patrick Peterson. We never got I mean, drafted wide receiver after Larry Fitzgerald. Well, I mean, of course, we have Anquan Boldin, we had Steven Preston. I mean, they're the tenure of Steve Keim is what I'm talking about. We never had a bona fide, a wide receiver. Christian Kirk is still up in the air, in my personal opinion. We'll see exactly what happens. So it's not so much that I don't hate this pick, is what I'm saying. I'm just upset of how it all fell out. And the Arizona Cardinals ended up getting Zaven Collins out of Tulsa. Now, I probably think one of the best parts of yesterday, obviously the watch party was absolutely fun. But the interview for Zaven Collins, because, the Arizona Cardinals do a Zoom meeting and all this different stuff. And Zaven Collins was on an interview, and my goodness, this guy looked absolutely drunk. This guy looked absolutely high. I don't know what it was, but it was legit that this guy was under the influence of something. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say anything about it, man. It's your personal life, man. Do what you got to do. It's a celebratory day for you. You just made $1 million plus millions of dollars. Your family is set up. You're set up for a good part of your life. So kudos for what you've accomplished. And I'm not saying anything like negative towards how you celebrate, but I just thought it was hilarious to watch this interview for a first round pick. And I honestly think it was very, very obvious that he was on something. He was either drunk or I don't know. I don't know what it is. But like I said, I'm not going to shoot the guy. I mean, you celebrate the way you want it. Just your personal life. I don't care what you do. It's just kind of my thing. Let me get to the super chat real quick here. We got Red Sea coming up clutch. Let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Thank you so very much. He says Keim should be barred from making draft picks. Change my mind. All right, man. We'll definitely get you on here, Red Sea, if you want to. A little later on, once we open up the phone lines. But I honestly thought it was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even if he was nervous, I see a couple comments just being like, "Hey, man, blah 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 blah." This and that. He was nervous. It might be, but in my personal opinion, it brought me like a smile to my face when a sleepless night was occurring, because I just couldn't understand this pick. I really couldn't have. But that was the thing that happened yesterday. That was the recap. If you haven't seen, if you weren't at the watch party, if you weren't, watching my videos, then that's kind of what I'm trying to explain in a nutshell here. So I do have another super chat here from my guy Red Sea coming up clutch again. Let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Sheesh. He said he wanted to be a Cardinal. Didn't even know half the guys on the team. Yeah, well, I know he did say like Peterson. I mean, it is what it is. In my opinion, I'm not going to crucify the guy. He might have been nervous. He might have been under the influence of some, I don't know. It is what it is, though. I appreciate you, though, man, for the $5 donation. So that's where we are right there, man. That's where we are. Zaven Collins is going to be the next Cardinal. Now, my only concerns about this pick is going to be, are we going to see him? Are we going to see him in the first game? I don't think the Arizona Cardinals are a good team in terms of developing young prospects. Isaiah Simmons started off the first game with the 49ers. He definitely obviously got burned, and they pulled him. Put Javonte Campbell in, and I fear that's going to happen again with Zaven Collins. Now, good thing is that Zaven Collins will have OTAs, he'll have training camp, he'll have all the appropriate stuff that Isaiah Simmons didn't have, which is good. But what I really want to see here for the Arizona Cardinals is I really want to see a fair opportunity for Zaven Collins to win that position. The interviews for Steve Keim said that he was going to play that Mike linebacking spot, which should be the spot that Jordan Hicks plays. Now that spot is also very hard to play, especially going for the collegiate level to the NFL, because you are the quarterback of the defense when you are that Mike linebacking spot. So Steve Keim said that's what the position that they were going to put him in. He feels completely comfortable. He was super high on his draft board. He was not going to allow him to fall any further. He needed to pull the trigger, and that's why they got Zaven Collins. Now, We'll see. This is kind of one of those things is we have to wait and see. Either you're going to be right, the people that are really positive out there that are like, oh my goodness, he's going to be the next best thing. Watch out Isaiah Simmons and watch out, the duo between the two. Either you guys are going to be right or I'm going to be right. The only substantial thing that we know is if I'm wrong, I'll be here. I'll let you know that, wow, I overreacted on that pick. I apologize, Zaven Collins. Now, he probably doesn't care. He doesn't know who the heck I am. He doesn't know who the heck you are. He's a millionaire now, so he cares no I can't spell SHITs about us. He doesn't. But I will be here when we find out Zaven Collins is the real deal. Now, all these people that are coming through the comments are saying, oh, just watch out 2 years from now and blah, 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 blah. I've seen these comments before. And when they're wrong, they never come back. They absolutely never come back. I just really hope that those people that, are saying this stuff, it could come in, man. Come in. Because honestly, I will be the first person to say I was absolutely wrong because I am wrong at sometimes. This one, I don't feel like I'm wrong. I really hope and wish to be proved wrong. I hope the Arizona Cardinal organization team coaching staff can put Zaven Collins in the best position available for him to succeed. I don't want this guy to fail, is what I'm trying to say. I want the Arizona Cardinals to do good. That's what I want. So it would be silly for me to say I want him to fail. I don't want him to fail. I'm just not happy with the pick. If that makes sense at all. We do got not Mario coming in here with the $1.99 donation. Let me give you the quick down, my friend. Thank you so very much. It says, I still think we should have drafted a GM. Well, yeah, there you go, man. Let's talk a little bit about Steve Keim. And I know it's such a sensitive subject. There's so many fans out there that just don't like to criticize anybody. Like, you talk about their favorite team and then they go in a shell. They're like, why? Why are you talking about them? I don't understand it. I don't get it. What am I trying to say is, why do you have so much loyalty to a person that gives two CRAPS about you? Steve Keim, through his tenure of the Arizona Cardinals, being with the Arizona Cardinals, when he got, elevated from a scout to his position that he's in now, was back in 2013, January of 2013. Steve Keim has took us to the playoffs twice under his tenure, 2014 and 2015. 2015 was magical. Hail Larry. Amazing playoff run for Larry Fitzgerald. 9 years. No, I'm not going to count this year so far. I'm going to go 8. 8 years Steve Keim has been in this office. And he has yet to give us a consistent team. He has yet to give us a player opposite side of Patrick Peterson. Patrick Peterson ended up going, and we had a swing motion going on for the thousands of times. Now, I know there's going to be the, Steve Keim lovers that come out and be like, well, Steve Keim gave us DeAndre Hopkins. Steve Keim went ahead and gave away, David Johnson's contract. He's so good. Let me tell you one thing. Steve Keim is very, very good in trades. I'll give him that. But I am not going to sit here and say if Steve Keim wasn't here in Arizona that no other person could have took advantage of that deal. I honestly do think that was more Bill O'Brien more than anything. But yes, Steve Keim took advantage and he got us DeAndre Hopkins. Golf clap. But in terms of drafting, this guy can't draft worth a lick. He can't. He can't give us a consistent team at all. So that's why we're in the situation that we are in right now. So we have a split fan base now. We have a split fan base where people are being like, yes, Zaven Collins and Isaiah Simmons are going to be the next duo. Watch out. There is that specific fan base. And then there's me where I'm like, oof, that might have been a little high for him. I want the guy to do good. I really, really do. Because if he does bad, our Cardinal team can be pushed back or set back for 2 or 3 years with another first round pick that doesn't work out for us. So I want him to work. My opinion on it, I wouldn't have gone this route personally. I would have gone cornerback. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, if you wanted to trade back, There's nobody to trade back for. The rumors out there were that there was teams that wanted to get Zaven Collins. Washington football team ended up getting a linebacker as well. If they would have get Zaven Collins, that's cool. Maybe, dangled it and be like, hey, maybe we're interested in getting Zaven Collins. Let's trade. I wanted to get cornerback in the first round. I think it's obvious. Even if we got Greg Newsome, even if we got, Stokes, even if we got Caleb Farley, that's what I would have done. But let's take it to the phone lines here real quick. Now you guys know exactly what I'm talking about here. In terms of whether you agree, whether you don't agree, that's not my thing. I'm not here to convince you. That's not my job. I'm just telling you my opinions and what I feel should have happened in this draft. There was a glaring hole, a glaring need in the cornerback position, and we did not fill it because we were scared to pull the trigger. We were scared to pull the trigger with Caleb Farley. We were scared to pull the trigger with Greg Newsome. Eric Stokes might have been a little bit too much of a reach, some people might say, but hey, they got a cornerback. We're stuck with Malcolm Butler, hope he works. Robert Alford, hope he stays healthy. And Byron Murphy in the slot. So that's where I am right now in my headspace. I had a very hard time sleeping last night because I could not figure it out. I couldn't understand. I really couldn't have. I guess I could have. I understand. Jordan Hicks was getting up there in age. We need a replacement for him. I get it. I want to see him play now. Give him a fair opportunity to actually compete for this Mike linebacking spot. And a lot of people that were upset, if they see him on the field in the first game, third game, second game, will be quieted because we'll know then. We'll know them if he is going to be the 16th overall pick that we should have gotten. Big shout out here to Nixon Frankel. Let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Thank you so very much. He says, could Hicks be dealt for a third pick as he's regressed? I think in a perfect world, we all want to start trading away players because we have one pick this round and we have abundance of picks tomorrow, which honestly are not very exciting. So I know there's a lot of people that are trying to come up with different resolutions, different scenarios in terms of, hey, can we do this? I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Would I put it past Steve Keim? Probably not. I mean, hopefully he can do it. That would make more sense. Maybe a third probably be too much in my personal opinion. I think somebody would probably give us more of a fourth or a fifth. But I've been wrong before. But thank you so very much for the $2.99 donation, my guy. Let's open up the phone lines here. We have gotten to the point of our time where we're going to open up the phone lines. I want to hear from you guys. We are going to limit some people in terms of talking about it, what you guys feel, and all that different stuff. So if you guys have not yet already, all the information is on this ticker below. And then after we open up the phone lines, we're going to go ahead and dedicate about 20 to 30 minutes specifically talking about the prospects that are available for the Arizona Cardinals for the second round. So let me open up my DMs here real quick, and I will start sending the links here real quick. So I'm starting to send some links out. If you guys, if this is your first time here on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, all you need to do is legit send me a DM on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, and I'll send you a link. Now, you do have to have your camera on because I hate talking to a black screen. So, yeah, have your camera on and then come on through. All right, I'm going to start bringing everybody in right now. Just give me 1 second here. If you have sent me a post or if you want to come through, just make sure, if I haven't responded, just send it again. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to start off with my guy, Jean-Paul. Bro, how you doing, my guy?
I'm good. I woke up 5 o'clock this morning trying to see what I can find about our guy. I'm right there with you. I wanna see him do good.
Yeah.
You know, I like all the guys that got drafted do good, from Caleb Farley to Eric Stokes. Every single one of these guys. My question is will he play?
Yeah.
And I don't believe for a second that they were getting calls to trade, because no one wanted to trade up. Like, if you kind of look how everything for now, no one wanted to trade up.
Hmm.
So, um, yeah, it's just kind of, I just don't get it. I mean, yeah, we got better with Zaven and Simmons. I'll take them over Campbell and Hicks, but my problem is I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to play.
Right.
And
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, and honestly, at that point, honestly, like, I won't have mind Gregory Newsome or Eric Stokes as far as the cornerbacks. Um, with Caleb Farley, I think, man, I felt bad for him. He had torn ACL, two back surgeries, and COVID.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want him to do good too, but I just, yeah, no, I hope he does well. That's all I gotta say. And today, I hope we get more picks. I'm not sure how we're gonna do that without trading without trading a player or something.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree,
like,
man. I agree. I have this $2 donation here from Isaac Oliva. Says we need to get Javonte Williams. Please, Keim. Let me give you the quick dab. I honestly think with the pickup that we just got, I think running back seems a lot more scarce for the second round. What do you think? What's your opinion?
no, that was that was exactly why I wanted Harris, even though he was that
Hmm.
high. Was
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it. It's all kind of projection, right? So I
Right.
look at Harris could be an All Pro. Collins may be like a Pro Bowler, right? And there's a lot more as far as the type of things that we want from linebackers. We could get them in the second round. But as far as the running backs, there's such a huge fall from Javonte Williams, ETN, and Harris.
Yeah.
Like, there's such a huge. That's why I wanted to get him the first round. And the thing is, too, like, Edmonds is injury prone. Connor is injury prone. Kyler is the smallest guy in the whole field.
Yeah.
Like, those three guys are the guys we depend on to run the ball. It's like, that's not right,
Right.
you know?
I agree,
And
man. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. No, I'm just thinking, it's like, no, I agree, dude. Would I draft a running back at 16 in the first round? No. But will I draft Najee Harris, 6'2", 230-pound physical specimen? Yes. You know,
100. Yeah.
um,
I
and
think there
it's
is a
gonna be.
lot of different ways this Cardinal team could have gone about doing this. I really do. Now, like I said, man, I don't think any of us are in the intention to bag on Zaven Collins. He looks like a very humbled young man, and I really hope he has a good career. It's just, how do you have faith in the pickups that Steve Keim has done when everything he says is best player available, but this is best player available in his opinion. This is his evaluation. I don't believe in his evaluation. I think his evaluation is flawed. I don't think he's a good evaluator.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think when it comes to player development, there's the player. Someone posted players can't be at fault all the time. You
Mm-hmm.
look at, I mean, we look at. I was wrong about Hassan Reddick. I'm glad I was wrong, but they put him in the wrong. They played him in the wrong position.
Position. Mm-hmm.
Um, we got, there was Garrison Hurst from back in the. It just seems like, I think the thing with Khan, there's three prongs. You want a guy that is good talent evaluator, good trades, and um good has a good when it comes to evaluating coaching. Because
Mm-hmm.
coaching is a big part of player development.
100%.
The thing is, he is only good at one of the three.
Trading.
I don't want to laugh, but
You're
he's only
right.
good at one of the three.
You're 100% right,
And
man.
some of his free agent signings, like, would I have signed Jordan Phillips for 10 million? No, he had one good year
Devon
in like
Kennard.
5 years. Devon Kennard I like, but I think if you're gonna sign someone that high, at least make him be like independent. Because what happened is they signed him with the intention that Chandler Jones was gonna be healthy.
Right.
So once Chandler Jones got hurt, he was pretty much, he couldn't stay on the field because his skill set was more of a complementary to Chandler Jones.
Right.
But as a GM, you have to think about that.
You do, exactly. And I completely agree with you, man. Let me get to Kevin here real quick, man. We're going to be doing a draft party if you want to come. Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
I'll see you later.
I'll see you later.
All right, later, man. Appreciate you. All right, man. Let me go ahead and bring Kevin up here. Let me just go ahead and give a real quick shout out to my guy Cody Green with the $4.99 donation. Says, watch Hicks get flat-footed, destroyed by Trent Will. Makes the pick feel a lot better. We have zero depth at corner, but a literal hole in the middle. Okay, so a guy that's really positive. And that's completely fair, man. I'm not here to try to change your mind. That's not why I do this. I'm giving you my opinion. And in my opinion, I feel like we didn't, I don't know, like, there's something still, like, I was like, let me sleep on it. Let me see how I feel. I kind of still feel the same. I'm not going to lie to you. Let me bring up my guy Kevin up here real quick. Kevin, talk to me, man. How's your mind changed since last night?
Yeah, I had a night to sleep on it and just really think about the pick, and I still don't like it. Like, don't get me wrong. I like Zaven Collins as a player. Like, he's a really good linebacker. It's just he's very, like, I don't know where he's going to play. Like, okay, well, obviously we know where he's going to play, but we don't know how he's going to play.
Yeah.
Because, like from Tulsa, I mean, like, from Tulsa to the NFL, that's very different competition. Like you don't know how fast he's going to be at the professional level. You don't know how, smart he'll play at the professional level, because it's a very big change.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that, corner was such a big need that, like, I still don't like the pick. I wouldn't like to, if it was Michael Parsons, I still wouldn't like to pick, because we still need corner. And,
that's fair.
Yeah.
So it's not so much Zaven Collins. It was the pick that we needed to get. And it was a glaring need, man. I feel like everybody knew that we're an injury away from re-signing Drake Kirkpatrick, re-signing Prince Amukamara again. Like, we're an injury away from that. And we have Malcolm Butler, which honestly I have kind of a little faith in. But also we have Robert Alford, which has given us 2 injuries. Obviously, it's not his fault. I feel bad for the guy in his career. But 2 out of the 3 years in his contract, he's been hurt. What's going to happen this year? I mean, I don't know. We'll see, man. Sorry, continue.
Like, I think Keim panicked, really. Like, when he found no one to trade back, I think he just panicked and took the best available. He should have, looked into corner more and say, oh, we still have Caleb Farley, still have Greg Newsome. Let's just fill this need right now and go get a linebacker round 2. Because, like, you should go your biggest need round 1, then down through the rounds to your need.
Okay. That's completely fair, man. That's completely fair. Perfect. We are going to have another draft party here in the second round. We only have 1 pick. We'll talk about it a little later on, but if you were going to give me 1 player, the Cardinals, you want the Cardinals to get, who are you thinking?
Asante Samuel.
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer, but obviously Keim's there, so I think we're going to go for maybe somebody else, like a kicker or something, right?
I mean, he might get chosen before 43rd, though. Like,
that's the problem.
Yeah, that's what scares me most, man.
That's the problem, man. Well, I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so very much for being here. Like always, have a great day.
Yep, go Suns.
Love it. All right, man. So that's where we are right now, man. I do want to see if we can get some people that do like the pick, because I want to see if people can try to not so much convince me, but I don't know. Like, I really don't know what I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm looking for. I really don't. But I do have my guy Cody sending me a DM. I just sent you a DM right back with the link. All you need to do is click on the link, Cody, and basically it'll take you to like this back-end profile. Just turn your camera on, and once I see you down here, I'll bring you on. So that's basically how it works. So if you guys want to get onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube and give your thoughts and opinions, if you want to scream on the table and say, this is the pick and this is why, come on through and we can go ahead and get you onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. All you need to do is add me on Instagram. Everything is on the sticker below. Send me a DM, click on the link, and you are in. Simple as that. Let's get on to the goal line audible saying, no, so you don't need to be a channel member right now. So we only do this, like, only channel members during watch parties, but for right now, you don't need to be a channel member. All you need to do is come on through and send me a DM on Instagram. Come on through, and I'm willing to get everybody on here. We do got another super chat by this morning. We have Isaac Olivas. Let me give you the quick damn effort. Thank you so much for doing that. Did you see the thoughts on Did you see he thought Patrick Peterson was still on the team and couldn't name the defensive starters? Jokes aside, he has a good character and still looks like a good player. That's fair, man. That's fair. Honestly, with his, I thought his interview was very entertaining. The reason for that, because behind my mind, I thought this guy's on something. Like, he's either like drunk as heck or he's high as heck. But like I said before, I'm not going to ever sit here and try to judge people's personal life. You just made your family rich. I don't care how you celebrate. As long as you're on the field, that's all I care about. So I just thought it was actually a pretty hilarious to see it. Let me get my guy Cody up in here real quick. Cody, my guy, how are you doing, man?
How's it going, man? How you doing?
Good, man. I can't complain, man. Talk to me. How you feeling?
I feel pretty decent. You know, the way the board fell, all the fast top wide receivers were gone, in my opinion. All the corners that I think we would have wanted at that position were gone. If you look at Hicks and how our run defense was just obliterated up the middle, all the noise was Patrick Peterson's gone and we have to replace him, but quietly there's no presence in the middle of the field.
Cool. That's fair. You're still on. Got a question for you, man. Do you think he's going to be a starter automatically, or you think he's going to take some time to sit, and will that upset you if he has to sit?
If he's ready, I want him to play. I mean, with the COVID year and Isaiah Simmons, it was clear he wasn't ready to play, and got toasted on a long TD that proved that. But I think that we discount that COVID season and coming into a complicated defense where we might have one defensive tackle on the field and have people line up all over the place. It can be a lot to learn, and I think that's understated for Isaiah. And with this offseason,
right,
being a more normal one, I think Zaven can make an impact quickly, and probably one of the only positions that could have been filled and made an impact immediately. We bring in a corner. Do they start day one? Was there a day one starter corner that didn't have injury risk on the board for you at that spot?
Yeah, no, I hear you. In my thing, I understand the concern that came with Caleb Farley. I do, but everybody has injury concerns. So I feel like the draft is just a gamble in general. Caleb Farley, before this whole injury thing happened, he was seen to be probably top cornerback in the draft. Now, unfortunately, things happened during the draft process. He had injury. Laramie Tunsil was on a bong and he fell back. It happens. The thing is that if you have a guy, I say get him, and he would have been my guy to get. Now, obviously, Steve Keim had a completely different mindset and to go for Zaven Collins. I don't think what people were saying, I don't think we're upset about getting him. I think it was just at the pick. If he's a number one starter, I'm cool with it. Bring him on through. But I would hate to see another situation where he's riding the bench, because then the fans are going to be up in an uproar. But let me ask you this one thing before I let you go. How do you feel about Steve Keim?
I mean, honestly, I think he gets a lot more. I think he's judged quite harshly, in my opinion. Him and Cliff, for that matter. And maybe it's that I was like a rah Josh Rosen, let's go, and then watched us have the worst offense in the league. Mm-hmm. And in 2 years, we were the number one scoring offense last year till K1 went down. And getting rid of Mason Cole's probably the biggest signing that we made in the offseason. Doesn't have the name that JJ Watt has with it, but so many plays were blown up at center. And yeah, does it hurt that Andy Isabella was taking over DK Metcalf? Yeah, it hurts me every day of my life.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We go from being absolutely terrible to, in 2 years, yes, Cliff calls some absolutely ridiculous plays at times. But I'm gonna give them both a little bit more the benefit of the doubt. I think a NFC championship game is the goal, and anything less than that is falling short in my mind. If K1 stays healthy, I don't see why we can't get there and play I think the Packers are toast. I don't even know who he'd play in the NFC Championship, but tough division too. By easily the toughest division in football, has been for 20 years.
I agree, man. Definitely a tough division, man. Thank you so very much for being on here, man. I definitely appreciate you, my guy. Have a great rest of your day, okay?
You too, pal.
Later, man. Peace out. All right, man. That was my guy here, Cody, man. And that's exactly what I love, man. I love to hear people's other perspectives because he actually was saying some good stuff. He definitely was. Now, obviously everybody's got difference of opinions. The whole Cliff Kingsbury thing, I could definitely see his points and where he's coming from. I don't know. In my opinion, and this is the beauty of this channel, is that like we have so many different personalities here where I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a very impatient fan. I am. And I'm going to be the first to say that right here. I am. Because in my mind, there's no way that I would be able to keep a job for 8 years and not get to the dang promised land. Now I get 32 teams. And only one can make it per year. But you had 8 years. This is his 9th year. This is Steve Keim's 9th year. And we made it to the playoffs twice. Twice we made it to the playoffs. That's unacceptable. This is a prove it league. That's what this is. Prove it. What have you done for me lately? And what Steve Keim has done is basically he's best friends with Michael Bidwell, and it's obvious. In Michael Bidwell's eyes, Steve Keim cannot do anything. And that's one thing that scares me, because I can see us go another 2 or 3 years. Because if you can tell me right now with 100% confidence that you feel like this Arizona Cardinal team with no offensive coordinator hired in the offseason is going to be able to go to the Super Bowl with our 2-year window, please shine some light, because I would definitely appreciate it. BBH coming up here clutch with the $2 donation. Let me get a quick dab, my friend. It says, can I get on the stream? Yes, all you need to do, my guy, is send me a DM on Instagram. That's all you need to do. I'll go ahead and send you a link, and that's it. And the rest is history from there. All right, go ahead. We got Jalen coming here. I see you, Jalen. Go ahead. I just sent you a link. If you want to come on through, man, we will come on through. Okay, perfect. So we got Mason coming up here. Let me go ahead and get rid of the super chat real quick before I get Mason up in here. All right, let's get this going here real quick. Mason, my guy, man, how you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. I can't complain, man. Talk to me. How are you feeling?
I'm honestly kind of 50-50 on it, At first, I was at work and I was trying my best to find to see the draft. So I was going crazy. I was all nervous. And then I saw the Panthers pick J.C. Horn, and I was really down about that. But and I wanted a CB as well. But when we got Zaven Collins, I was pretty mad. And then a couple hours passed, I started thinking about the positive things about it, and how much he'll help our run game. And I think him and Isaiah Simmons and Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt, all those 4 guys together, stopping the run game, I think that's going to help a lot. I know we need help with our corners, but I think our run game, quarterbacks won't be able to scramble that much against us as much as they did. But I hope he just plays a lot. So, and the preseason will help.
I agree. I think it would definitely help if he started. I think I would be singing a different tune. Now, obviously, when the season comes around, you're not much hype, super happy. You're like, a season's here. We can be Super Bowl contenders. Yeah. It's different. I'm going to be singing a different tune, man. If somebody said, are you bipolar? I don't know, maybe. But I'm happy, sad, mad, and from 0 to 60 seconds. But if he starts, I do think it will quiet a lot of people down. Now, I'm a big advocate of throwing the guy out there, especially if you're a first-round pick. If you struggle, learn from your struggles. The best thing to do is you got to have the reps, man. And unfortunately, what we've seen from Isaiah Simmons, and I feel like it's unfortunate because Zaven Collins, let's be honest, I think a lot of fan base is looking at that, and I'm one of them as well, so I'm going to completely admit it. We're seeing what we've seen there, and we're like, oh my goodness, here goes another trend, another pick from Steve Keim as known as a chess piece, because in my eyes, he's not a Devin White. He's not a solidified linebacker spot. This is a position that he's able to be put anywhere. And I don't have the faith that the Cardinals coaching staff can develop talent. And I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. So my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, man.
No. You're good. But I know what you mean. And with Steve Keim, I used like around the Josh Rosen areas, around that era, like I did not like him by any means, but I think the DeAndre Hopkins was like the redemption for me. But like one of the guys said earlier, he's not good at drafting. I would rather have someone else.
Yeah.
But I was happy with Malcolm Butler. I think he's going to be, yeah, he's getting like old, but I think he'll be good. He'll be a good leader for sure for those young people. And
I agree.
Zaven Collins in the preseason, if we have a preseason, which I think we will, that's going to help a lot because Isaiah Simmons going into the 49ers, like the first play, that his adrenaline just probably went up like crazy because no preseason or anything like that. So it was just a rookie mistake, but I think Zaven Collins will be great.
Perfect.
And just look at the positive things, you know?
Yeah, at this point, man, I think we have to look positive. We do. It's just there's no point in dwelling in what already happened. And I think I've come to establish that when I woke up this morning, because I'm not going to lie to you, I had a hard time sleeping. I didn't fall asleep till 1 o'clock. And I woke up at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. And I kept thinking the same thing in my head, but that's just the life of a Cardinal fan, man. I appreciate you for being on, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good one.
Appreciate you, man. All right, man. Let me go ahead and get to my guy here. Free matter for the blind. Let me give you the quick down, my friend. Thank you so very much. As Keim is not the defensive coordinator, but he said Collins will play right away. And when asked if Hicks will start, he refused to answer the question. Okay, well, here's the thing, man. I honestly think that if that's the case, then cool. Bring him on. Bring Zaven Collins in. Start him automatically. I am a firm believer of it, man. I'm a firm believer of if you can start and give me production, please, 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 please. All I want is production, man. That's all I want. BBH, I do see your DM. I just sent you the link, by the way. And last name Ahmed. You're gonna have to tell me how to say your first name, man, because I keep struggling all the time. I definitely sent some links. Everybody, come on through. I agree with you when it comes down to Keim is not the decision maker. Not decision maker. What the heck? The defensive coordinator. But if you are the GM and you are playing for your job here, in a lot of people's eyes, this is a win now mode, and you're his boss, I would be like, Vance Joseph, let's talk. Come into my office. You're going to make sure that Zaven Collins is going to be playing more reps or more snaps than Jordan Hicks is going to play. Jordan Hicks got burned multiple times last year. Multiple different times. He's the boss. Get it going, man. It's no different than us working at a different spot, man. No different. Boss gets mad, it goes down the chain. We do got BBH coming in here since sent you a message on Instagram, ready to rant. All right, brother. I just sent you the link, man. Come on through, my guy. Oh, we got Jalen coming in here right now. Jalen, talk to me, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good, man.
Yeah.
Give me some positivity. I need it.
All right. Zaven Collins, when he was drafted, I didn't really have any, reaction to it. I was just like, really? It was a linebacker. We drafted Isaiah Simmons last year. It was kind of like, why? That was my initial reaction to it. And then I started doing my research on him. He's almost like 6'5", 260. He's an amazing athlete. So, our defense needs that. So, yeah. I
agree, man. I agree. And like I said to my last guy here that was just on, I think a lot of us at this point, like, once this draft season's over, I'm going to be singing a different tune. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be like, the season's on, brother. Let's go. We're going to win a Super Bowl. And obviously, when it comes crashing down, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
But I think I'm glad that you're being positive because there's really no point in dwelling. And that's something that I need to learn in my own life. And I'm 31 years old, man. I need to learn that in my life right now, especially when it comes down to the damn Cardinals. But I think if he starts, I think a lot of people will be quiet. Do you think he's going to be a number one starter or like day one starter?
Day one, that's debatable.
Yeah.
But Jordan Hicks, I think that they're going to share time. And if Collins comes up with big plays, if he makes plays, then he's going to start. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I would honestly, now that you said that, split snaps, I wouldn't mind that either. As long as we see a 50-50 and him like getting more snaps as the season goes along, that's completely cool with me too. But are we trusting this Cardinal, coaching staff to develop a player that's also known as a chess piece because he's not the linebacker that you see in Tampa Bay with your Devin Whites and stuff like that. That's my problem, because we got another chess piece, another person that we have to develop. And do we trust Vance Joseph? Do we trust our coaching staff to do that? And that's kind of where my concern is. Let me ask you one question,
Yeah.
and then we'll go. Steve Keim, how do you feel about him, man?
Keim, mutual. Like he has his moments. I don't know. He doesn't draft the best. He gives us anxiety. That's for sure.
I love that. I love it, man. Perfect. All right, brother. Well, I'll let you go from here, man. Thank you so very much for being on here. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Later. All right, man. I do got a quick super chat here from Flash Gamer Paval. Let me give you the quick down, my friend. Thank you so very much. In my opinion, we should have gotten Hicks and Collins play across from each other and put Simmons at cornerback, since he's okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're not the first person that said that. Where you might have been, but somebody has reached out to me and gave me that possibility, or even move Isaiah Simmons back to safety or whatever it is. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. Appreciate the $10 donation. BBHALV. I'm ready for the rant, man. Talk to me, man. Go ahead.
Honestly, I'm very, very disappointed in the draft pick. I didn't want them to draft a linebacker because we already have his. We have Simmons moved down there from the safety position. So it didn't make any sense, especially a year ago we went with Isaiah Simmons. I was very, very disappointed. We needed a lot of teams in the draft fix their mistakes from the past drafts or anything like that. Even the Bears did a move to fill in the need, which was quarterback.
Yeah.
I was saying this since day one, and I've been saying it. I'm still going to say it again. The Cardinals should have traded up to get a cornerback. Got to find Surtain or J.C. Horn. I still stand by that because I feel like the Broncos only made that move solely because they knew the Cowboys were heavily going to get Surtain. So they basically
might be right.
Let me just get them real quick. And possibly, because a lot of teams do that. Well, I've been noticing a lot of the draft is there's been histories of teams drafting guys that other teams wanted just to get a trade from them so they can benefit from it. So there could be a possibility that they're going to be trading with the Cowboys just to give them Surtain. That's business. The NFL, I think of it as a business asset. So with this pick, I'm very disappointed. If the Cardinals do not get a cornerback in round 2, I'm honestly not excited for this offseason because if they don't, this is what I'm thinking. If they don't get a cornerback, I'm pretty sure they're in talks with Richard Sherman. People don't want Richard Sherman because he's injury prone.
Right.
But what's the other option? If we don't get a quarterback, then we're not going to be good this season. It's basically a repeat of last season. And honestly, I feel like if we don't make the playoffs here, we should fire the GM and the head coach. Because honestly, right now, he's in a win now mode. But if we're not winning now, then what is he doing with the offseason?
Yeah. 100%. And this is going to be his 9th year, man. 9th year as a GM. 9th. He has yet to give us a consistent team. And he has yet to give us a player who was opposite side of Patrick Peterson. Obviously, he ended up going. But, all right, man, I'll let you go. I love everything that you're putting down. You're absolutely right. Now that we're looking at right now, I would have loved to got J.C. Horn. It would be really hard to trade up, in my personal opinion. But if you really like a player like, Patrick Surtain or Surtain, however people pronounce it, or J.C. Horn, yeah, you might as well give up some picks for next year. Trade your swap picks and maybe some picks for next year, and we can kind of go from there. But we're here now, man. I appreciate you being.
I personally thought that if there's teams out there that needs linebacker, we could have traded Jordan Hicks. I'm pretty sure Zaven Collins would have been in the 2nd round. There's no way someone would have picked him in the 1st round.
Right. The funny thing is that, like, now that people are saying, like, oh, because we got him at 16, now all these rumors are coming up out of nowhere being like, oh, the Steelers wanted him. Oh, the Washington football team we wanted him. I listen to rumors as much as I don't. It is what it is to me, but we'll see what happens, man. I appreciate you for being on here, my guy.
No, thank you very much.
Later, dude. All right, man. Yeah, and here's the thing, man. The fan base is split, and I don't blame the fan base for being split. I don't at all. Give me a player for your 1st round that's going to be able to produce game 1, even if you're splitting snaps with Jordan Hicks. That's fine. Give me somebody that's going to produce day 1. Give me something that's going to produce day one. We do got another super chat from Flash Gamer Paval again. Let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Thank you so very much. He said, whoever said we should put Simmons as safety, we got two good safeties in Buda Baker and Jalen Thompson. We need cornerback. I think Simmons can play there. That's fair. That's fair. I know that, he's like a jack of all trades. Maybe he can definitely do that. We'll see what happens, man. It just really depends on what this Cardinal team, what this amazing coaching staff, these smart geniuses that get paid millions of dollars are going to put these players in the best position available. We do got a new channel member coming up here, Chill Beezy. Thank you so very much for doing that, man. I appreciate you. Let me give you the quick dab just for becoming a channel member. I definitely absolutely appreciate it. So we heard from our fan base. These are the people that want to that buy tickets, that buy merch, that buy all sorts of things here, which is absolutely important. Absolutely important. Oh, Chill Beezy, I just got your DM, man. I'm sending you the DM right now. If you want to come on through, yes, you can get on. Go ahead. I just sent you the link. So these are the fans, man. We have a bigger voice than a lot of people think. It's just we gotta unite. We need to unite, man. And if this season comes crashing down, which I hope it doesn't, I'm not a Cardinal fan. I'm gonna give you the real stuff. I'm gonna give you what I really feel. Like this channel isn't this channel isn't for you if you want to hear cookie cutter stuff. If you want to hear stuff that you'll hear on the Cardinals YouTube page, this isn't the channel for you. Because I'm not the guy that's going to give you, oh, they're doing good. They did good here because blah, 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 blah. I'm going to have some disagreements. And that's why we have these open sessions to have people come through and give me their opinion and stuff like that. We're all different. We're all opinionated. So that's just kind of where I go from there. Illa Dre coming up clutch with a $2 donation. My guy, bam, says we need to go get Asante Samuel, bro. I don't blame you, man. I really don't blame you at all. All right, Chill Beezy's coming up here, guys. Let me get this super chat out of here real quick. After this is going to be my last phone call, and then we'll start talking about the available players for a second round for us. So Chill Beezy, make it good. What's up, dude? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing good, bro. I finally became a member, bro. I've been watching for a minute, but I just didn't want to get my laptop out and all that. But anyways, bro.
I hear you.
I was like you. I sat there for 2 hours on the couch, and I was upset, but the media lied. Like, they made it look like that the quarterbacks are going to fall, and they didn't. And then the corners, they took a night. The price was too high. Like, Steve Keim, think about it. If he would have traded up, I know I would have been mad because he would have had to gave up 2 first, and, we don't have draft capital. So, we already don't only have 1 pick tonight. Like, what's he going to give up? And then I just feel like after the quarterbacks got picked, I think Mac Jones went 15th, and then Jay Fields went 11th. Who's gonna trade up? Like, nobody's trading up. Nobody's trading up for a linebacker. Nobody's giving you 1 first-round pick for a linebacker. Like, nobody's giving you that for a corner. Like, it's just not gonna happen. So he had to sit at 16. Now, me personally, I would have wanted Najee Harris because I know for a fact, the Alabama running backs, they might not last long in the league, but they gonna give you 3 years. They gonna give you 3-4 years.
Oh yeah,
that's Alabama running back. But this Zaven Collins dude, I don't know, because I think Isaiah Simmons is twice the player he is, and they made him wait 8 to 10 games. But I mean, like you said, he didn't have training camp and all that. So we'll see. But
you're right, man. You're absolutely right.
I would have wanted something. Else. Like, we could have. There was an offensive lineman there. I don't remember his name. But I mean, we'll see what we do today.
That's perfect, man. You actually said that really, really beautifully. I mean, honestly, I do think you're right. Who would have traded up for a linebacker? Who would have traded up? I agree with you. Completely 100% agree with you, but I also agree with you with I would have gone a different route. 100%.
Yeah, I would have definitely gone a different route. Like, if you're going to hire an offensive head coach, get some offense. Like, I'm sorry.
100%.
I'm a loyal Cardinals fan. Andy Isabella's not good. Christian Kirk is not good. The hype is gone. They've been in the league now for 2-3 years. Like, the hype is gone. They're not good. It's just we have Hop, and that's it. And he gets triple teamed, and then we have Tyler. That's it. Like,
100%. You're right. And I've been calling this 2 years ago, and people cut my head off. They were like, "What are you talking about, man?
They
Give
don't
Christian
understand.
Kirk a
If you watch every single game, you know that them
Mhm.
they can't get open. Like, yeah, they
You can
have
just see
4.3
it.
speed, 4.4 speed. That speed gets you nowhere in the NFL. Like
100%.
even Larry Fitzgerald, he knows how to get open, and he's not running
Yeah.
that fast.
100%. Brother, yeah, heck yeah, man. You're absolutely 100% right, man. Dang, drop me some dimes up in here, man. Let me let you go here. I appreciate you, man. I'll get you back on again, I promise.
All right, man.
Later, dude. Yeah, man, and it's absolutely right. 100% right. Now people are singing the tune. When if you can go back on my channel, and I've mentioned multiple different times and said Christian Kirk isn't the guy, and everybody crucified me, and they were like, "What are you talking about? He's a second-round pick. Give him a chance." You can just see a player, man. You can see a player on plays and plays and plays, and if he doesn't get open, sometimes you just need to have physicality. And Christian Kirk doesn't have it. He can be faster than the cornerback that he's there. He doesn't have the physicality, togetherness with the speedness to get open. He just doesn't have it in him. Andy Isabella shined really good against the Detroit Lions game. Everybody was looking up. Everybody like, yeah, let's go. Here goes Andy Isabella. Do you blame Andy Isabella? Do you blame, or do you blame Cliff Kingsbury for not putting him in as much? Both. But when the question was asked, why did you choose Andy Isabella? They said he was the best fit for our offense. And he was nowhere to be found at all throughout the season. And that's my craziness right now, where we hear one thing from this coaching staff or this Cardinal organization to begin with, and then we see another thing on Sunday. Be consistent with what you're saying is all I ask, man. Be consistent in what you're saying is all I ask. Flash Gamer, Paval, let me give you a quick dab, man. Thank you so very much. In the second round, we should address. Okay, perfect. Let's do this. Now we're going to switch our topic here. Let's switch our topic and let's start talking about the second round of the NFL draft here. We're talking second round right here. Let me go ahead and give my quick shout out to Flash Gamer Paval here. In the second round, we should address cornerback or tight end because that's our weakness on both sides. Also, we got AJ Green, so it'll put some pressure off Hopkins. I hope so, man. I really hope so. I hope nothing but the best for AJ Green. I hope he has a really good year as the second wide receiver, and I hope Christian Kirk flourishes in the slot. Now, if something happens in the second round, watch out wide receiving core. Let me tell you that right now. But I appreciate you, my guy, for giving that $5 donation. Let's move on here. Let's start talking about the second round. That's what we're here for, guys. Who's still available? Who do you want the Cardinals to get? And which route are we going? Now, I think it's pretty obvious here right now that a lot of people, pretty much like my guy Paval here, wants to get cornerback. Now, he said tight end. In my personal opinion, I agree with cornerback. I do. Second, I can see this Cardinal team going wide receiver. I can see this Arizona Cardinal team give some weapons to Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray was on an interview saying that he thinks that he holds weight within the draft prospects that they do. Build off your young quarterback, please. Build. Give him weapons. I know you can say, look at the weapons he has now, but AJ Green was hurt for the last two out of the 3 years. Christian Kirk maybe ain't the guy. We don't want DeAndre Hopkins to be put back in that same situation that he was before, where he's getting like triple team and he's not getting open. There's only so much the guy can do. So let's take a look at the best available players for the Arizona Cardinals here. Now, like I said, I want them to either go cornerback. Now, cornerback is my number one. If we don't go cornerback, guys, there will be tables being flipped. Not this table, but I will find a table and flip that dang table. I will flip it. So here are the latest rumors that I've been hearing here. Cornerback obviously is the biggest need in a lot of, people's eyes, a lot of fans' eyes right now. And I think the Cardinals coaching staff and the Cardinals organization they hear it. Although they hide behind their walls, they hear what people are saying. So cornerback or wide receiver, I really do in my heart of hearts feel like these are going to be the options for the second round. Now, if you're going to give me the option, who do I want? Cornerback or wide receiver? Obviously, I want to get cornerback over wide receiver. But these are my top 3 wide receivers right now. Asante Samuels, Tyson Campbell, and this order. So if you think him over him, that's cool. That's your opinion. These are my top 3 cornerbacks. Asante Samuels, Tyson Campbell, and Kelvin Joseph. My top 3. That's my top 3. You let me know what your top 3 is right now. And in terms of wide receiver, I'm not going to lie to you. Terrence Marshall looks like a beast. I want Terrence Marshall. Big framed individual. Came out of LSU. Looks very, very good and looks very promising. I would like Terrence Marshall. Now, I do see here Rugrat G. Let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Thank you so very much. Says Moore. So the thing with me with Elijah Moore, nothing to knock on Elijah Moore. So please don't feel like I'm knocking him, but I guess I kind of am. He's 5'10". He's 5'10", and I want to get a big-bodied wide receiver. So I feel like if we do get more, it's the Christian Kirk equivalent. So we're kind of going to be back in the same situation. We do have Red Sea coming up clutch with another $5 donation. Let me give you a quick dab. Says, don't get your hopes up for a corner, guys. There's 8 to 10 picks ahead of us that are going to go corners. Oh, bro, you had to. But you might be right. You might be 100% right, my guy. You might be 100% right. Flash Gamer Paval coming up here says, we need a tight end that can block and catch for Kyler because he's getting injured. Kirk and Isabella will be a dark horse because of their speed, and the other teams will focus on Green and Hopkins. Hopkins equals opens. Okay, let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Thank you so very much. Chill Beezy down here saying more equals Andy. Yeah, Andy Isabella. We already got Andy Isabella. Or if you want to compare him to Christian Kirk being on the slot, we already have him. I want to see either Asante Samuel, Tyson Campbell, Kelvin Joseph, Terrence Marshall, or Joseph Osai. Now, Joseph Osai is my last one. Like legit, I'm putting this. No, I guess my real order would be Asante Samuel, Tyson Campbell, Terrence Marshall, Kelvin Joseph, or Osai. That would be my order. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But there's a good amount of people out there. But in terms of corner, there is not a lot. There is not a lot. And I know there's a lot of people that are reaching out saying, hey, do you think we should trade up? How can we? If we were put in the situation where we couldn't trade up or trade down at 16th overall, we're going to be put in the same situation. But I'm looking at everybody's like top player available. For cornerback, Asante Samuel's number 1. Tyson Campbell's number 2. So that really scares me to think that when a cornerback needy team is going to come through, they're going to take those guys. And we're back to square one. What are we going to do at corner? Okay, so let's read it to the comments here so you guys know my top people. Let me repeat it again for the new people that come through. If you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, definitely do me a big favor. Smash the like button. Appreciate you. It means the world. So Asante Samuel, Tyson Campbell, Terrence Marshall, big-bodied wide receiver. I really like what I've seen out of him from LSU. Kelvin Joseph or Joseph Osai. Now, I know if we get Joseph Osai, there's going to be a lot of backlash. There's going to be a lot of people be like, why would you get a person that plays on the outside? Blah, 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 blah. The only thing I would say is basically the same thing that people said about Zaven Collins. Best player available. That's what I would say. I really do like what he looks like. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Keenan Vlog says, Paulson Adebo was case scenario. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. A player like Paulson Adebo can probably fall to the 3rd or 4th round, but the sucky thing is we don't have a 3rd or 4th rounder. We don't. So we're kind of forced to get a cornerback here. I just really wish it can either be Tyson Campbell or Asante Samuel. Fingers crossed, but we'll see what happens. Keep on reading into the comments here. Somebody says, Carlos Basham. Yeah, Carlos Basham is definitely decent. I like Kelvin. I do like Kelvin Joseph. If I were to be realistic, I think Kelvin Joseph might be the one that falls to the Cardinals over Asante Samuel or Tyson Campbell, if I can be realistic. But we'll see what happens. It's all based on their draft evaluation. So we'll see. But Terrence Marshall, man, that right there, man, that right there actually kind of makes me excited. Terrence Marshall, big-bodied wide receiver, another weapon for Kyler Murray to go ahead and use. Does that intrigue anybody to possibly get Terrence Marshall out of LSU? Now, if we take a look at Terrence Marshall's measurables, 6'3", 205 pounds. 6'3", 205 pounds. Now, I know a lot of people were like, well, he's more of a vertical guy. He's just going to, run past you. Cool. DK does it. DK does it wonderfully. Now, I'm not going to compare him to DK Metcalf, but if we need a big body guy that's going to be able to jump for the ball and make sure that his body, throws his body like Larry Fitzgerald does it, why not use him? We got free matter for the blind saying Marshall is Hakeem Baller 2.0. Oh, sheesh. Sheesh. I don't know about all that. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Foster says Campbell's better in man, while Joseph is better in man. I think he meant to say the zone or man. I think he meant to but yes, obviously I would rather take Tyson Campbell and Asante Samuel over Kelvin Joseph. But if I'm being realistic, I think Kelvin Joseph would be the one that would be more realistically there at the 49th overall pick. Now, I know a lot of people are like, come on, we need to trade up. We need to get a cornerback. We can't, guys. We can't. I mean, unless somebody wants some 5th rounders and somebody wants some 7th rounders, I'm not willing to give up a 2nd. I'm not, man. I don't know. Hope maybe a 4th next year. Maybe. I doubt anybody will take it, but we'll see. We have that guy saying Zaven is the best coverage linebacker in the draft. We'll see, man. We'll see. You're either going to be right or you're going to be wrong this coming NFL. I just hope that you can come back and admit on all the stuff we say in the chat, because I know darn well I will have an apology ready to go if Zaven Collins is the guy. I will. I definitely will. Jalen Blake says Marshall's not over. I don't think he is either. I think he's a very good wide receiver. Very viable for this Arizona Cardinal team moving forward. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. And then we have Joey says, please, we need Barmore. I never put too much stock into getting Christian Barmore. I really haven't, just because our defensive line is pretty beefy right now. If we did get him, it's going to be another crowded player that we might not see very much, because we still have Jordan Phillips. We still have Zach Allen. We still have the 2 young rookies that we got last year with Licky Fotu and Rashad Lawrence. So if we do end up getting Barmore, I feel like it's just going to put more crowd into a spot that's already crowded, and we're not going to see him as much, and a lot of people would be upset. Like me. Like me. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Let's see here. Terrence does nothing really well. He's just an all-around decent receiver. But that's what a lot of people were saying about DK, though. I mean, granted, DK had a very, very good 40, and a lot of people were like, oh my God, he's a freak. A lot of people were saying he doesn't do routes very good, and he's probably the number one whatnot. I don't know. I still feel like Lockett's their number 1 over there, but he's a viable number 2. And that's what we're looking for. We're just looking for a number 2. We're not looking for a number 1. Number 1 is DeAndre Hopkins. That's who we have as number 1. So let's not get it twisted here. We're not looking for a number 1 wide receiver. We're looking for a number 2 that's going to be able to make sure that the field opens up for DeAndre Hopkins not to get freaking tripled all the time, so we can get a number 2. That's what I'm looking for. And Christian Kirk ain't the dude. We hope AJ Green is, but AJ Green has been hurt 2 out of the 3 years, I believe. And that's just not very good for me. Steven Garcia says, if Terrence Marshall or Asante Samuel, I would go Asante Samuel just because of the need in cornerback, personally. But, I mean, we're not going with need, right? We're going best player available. So I don't know what the draft board of Steve Keim's looking like. But that's personally, in my opinion, I would go Asante over Terrence Marshall because of the big need in cornerback. Because if somebody goes down, we might have to get the Richard Shermans. We might have to get all those other cornerbacks that are available in the market right now. Eric says, the thoughts on trading back, pick up a 3rd. Yeah, maybe. It just really depends on how the chips fall, really. I don't know. I want to see who's available at 49. If somebody's there, I absolutely want to take them. If everybody's gone, sheesh, man, I don't even know what to say. I just say kind of go from there. Redzy says, bro, if we mess around and take Barmore or an offensive guy, I'm going to become a Bills fan. Bruh. Oh, my goodness. Well, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, guys. Think about it this way. I know there's a lot of people that want wide receiver. I know my guy RC3 loves Javonte Williams. I understand it. I think with the pick of Zaven Collins, it's making it that much harder for us to go running back on the second. I don't know. Something's telling me that it's going to make it that much harder for us to go running back in the second, even if Javonte falls. But we'll see what happens, though. We'll definitely see what happens. Let's keep on seeing what Eric says. At least we aren't the Raiders. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are being flagged to the Raiders, but I mean, what do they got? Alex Leatherwood, right? I mean, he might work out for him. I mean, it's an offensive tackle to keep Derek Carr upright. I'm not going to bag on them to see if, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm too worried about this Cardinals picks to really worry about any other person's pick. We have EST of YouTube saying Asante, Pat, which I'm assuming that's the tight end, right? Pat Fredemuth or whatever his name is. Terrence Marshall, Elijah Morris, who I want. That's fair. He is a bust. Yeah, a lot of people aren't talking about the tight end. Yeah, you're right. I mean, obviously, our guy up here that was giving the super chats, Paval, will say he does want tight end. So that might be a possibility. I know there's also Trey McKitty. There's also Brevin Jordan as well. You can maybe get him in the later rounds. I don't think 5th round, maybe 3rd or 4th. So that's kind of what concerns me too, because we don't have any of those other picks. Cody says John Gruden needs to have success so I don't hear him on TV ever again. I love that. Heck yeah. Bruce says, you guys need linebackers. We do, man. We do. Just kidding. Janice saying, I want Pat, Moore, or Marshall. Now that you guys are saying Pat Fredemuth, however you say his name, he would be low on my list, but I wouldn't mind it at the same time. Angel says we need to draft an offensive coordinator. Yeah, and where do we feel about that, y'all? A lot of people kind of always, because I put a video out. I put a video out at the end of the season, and I labeled it. I was pissed. I was really mad. I labeled it Cliff Kingsbury is the worst head coach in the NFC West. That's what I labeled it as. And I got smack. I got so much people giving me flack. I got a lot of people reaching out to me and be like, why would you say that? But everybody that was giving him kudos, that he's like, hey, he's doing good as long as we have an offensive coordinator. We don't have an offensive coordinator. Like, do you guys still feel that confidence from Cliff Kingsbury now that we don't have no offensive coordinator? Put that in the comments below, man. All right, let's keep on reading into the comments here. Cliff Kingsbury is a bot. That's hilarious. Christopher says, trade up and ensure we get Asante. What would you trade up, man? That's the thing. We only have a 2nd, and then we have 5ths and a 7th. That's the problem. We don't really have a lot of draft capital unless you want to start digging into next year's draft, which I'm not completely cool with, but we'll see. Rugrat G coming in clutch. Let me give you the quick dab, my friend. Thank you so very much. More concerned about not having an OC. There you go. Thank you. Exactly. A lot of us kind of forgot the narrative here where everybody was saying Cliff Kingsbury had the best offense in the NFL for quite some time in the NFL. As long as we give him an offensive coordinator, I will be happy. We didn't get an offensive coordinator, and it kind of been squashed from there. So why there's not more concern, I don't know. But I appreciate you, Rugrat G. Appreciate you, my guy. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Cliff Screensberry, I love that. I usually only pin super chats, but Eric, I gotta give you this dab just for that. Let me give you that quick dab. Cliff Screensberry. That's amazing, man. I swear, man. Sometimes you guys come up with some clever stuff, man. Some clever stuff. I'm not this clever. Love it. Love it. Cliff Screensberry. Or what is his other thing? You got to give him credit, right? I hated that, man. I just looked into the thing. It was like, you got to give credit to where credit. Bruh, calm down. All right, we got Flash Gamer Paval coming up clutch with another $2 donation. Let me give you the quick dab saying we need a defensive mind like Cliff, but smarter. That's fair, man. That's absolutely fair. All right, let's keep reading to the comments here. Maybe let's get off of Cliff here real quick. Thanks for the mention, man. No, you're good, Eric. That was an honorable mention, my guy. That was actually pretty good. All right. Cliff needs an OC. I agree, man. I agree. Okay. So here we are, man. Here we are, guys. We are what time is it right now? We're 3 hours away. 3 hours away, guys, for the second round to open up. Here we go. I am going to have another draft party. I'm going to have another draft party today. If you guys want to come through, come on through. We're going to be reacting to the second round pick. We might leave it at that and maybe start another one talking about the second round and the first round to kind of go from there. So keep that in mind, guys. We're going to have a lot of Cardinals content today. A lot of Cardinals content today. So big shout out to my guy Red Sea up here. Let me give you the quick. There you go, my guy. Cliff Screensberry or Cliff Creditbury. I like that. I feel like Screensberry has more of a, off the tongue type of thing. Like it actually like Screensberry. You know what I mean? Like Creditbury. It's like you kind of have to force it. I like Screensberry a little bit. I love the credit one, man. I do love the credit. So we're going to have a lot of Cardinals content, guys. So if you guys are bored today on a Friday, come on through to the channel, man. We will be go ahead and give you a lot of Cardinals content coming through, man. So kind of keep that in mind. Man, these comments are coming fire, y'all. All right, let's keep on reading here. Tyler says, fair, question mark. 49ers fan here. How does Trey Lance elevate the 49ers offense in your opinion? Honestly, that's a great question, Tyler. I did not want you to get Trey Lance. I really didn't. I'm secretly scared-ish about him. I'm not going to lie to you. Mobile. Kind of reminds a lot of people of Josh Allen. I think if you're a quarterback away, if Jimmy G isn't the guy, 3, 4, 5 games in, you can put him right in. Hopefully, obviously, hopefully he doesn't work out because but I honestly think you got the best quarterback. I would have done the same. I would have. We have Nick L says Trey Lance will be a bust. Sheesh. Sheesh. All right, y'all. Perfect. All right, guys. So that's how we're going to end it. You know my top prospects that I want this Arizona Cardinals to do. Let me just say it again. Cornerback, wide receiver. That's what I think we're going to do in the second round. I feel it deep down in my bones. I've been wrong before, so don't quote me. These are my 5 prospects I want the Arizona Cardinals to get. In this order: Asante Samuel, Tyson Campbell, Terrence Marshall, Kelvin Joseph, or Joseph Osai. Now, I get it. People are going to be like, why Joseph Osai? You're crazy. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to say the same thing that Steve Keim said. Best player available. And if Joseph Osai is there, it would be very hard not to find a replacement for Chandler Jones if he does decide to leave. So we will be doing a live stream it's like 3:50 Arizona time. So that's only about 3 hours from now? So we're going to have it. Everything's already set up. So go to the channel. It's already set up. We have a room ready to go. If you want to start comments, you can start flooding the comments over there. So we'll go from there. So those are my 5 top prospects. Let me say it again. Asante Samuel, Tyson Campbell, Terrence Marshall, Kelvin Joseph, and Joseph Osai. Please, 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 Steve Keim, give me one of those guys. Redeem yourself. You don't really need to do anything for me specifically. I just want to make sure that we're getting some good players here. This is going to be my last super chat of the night. Again, Flash Gamer Puval coming up clutch with another one, man, another donation. Bam. My opinion on who we should address. Okay, perfect. 1, cornerback, 2, tight end, 3, wide receiver, 4, O-line. And not running back will be fine there. Okay, I respect it. I definitely respect it. All right, y'all. So that's how we're going to go ahead and leave it at that, guys. Thank you so very much for being here. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you in about 3 to 4 hours, guys. Peace out. And I am out. Thank you.